Morning, Jeff. Yeah, that's sunshine. Something different. Boy,
know, right?
Pretty nice.
Driving into the Capitol there, probably blinding your eyes. So what is that?
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like the House Democrats have put out their budget, and now the work begins for both sides to come together. What can you tell me about your thoughts on what the House proposed in their budget?
Well, I haven't looked at all the details, but I'm very interested in the funding source. I don't believe they passed any revenue package in order to pay for it.
That's what Drew was saying yesterday too.
What's that?
That's what Drew was saying yesterday too.
Right.
He wasn't quite sure.
It's hard to take someone seriously when you're saying you're making a business transaction, and they say, "Well, I love your house, but really, I don't have any way to buy it. I don't have a bank loan. I don't have any cash. I don't have any resources." So, hopefully, they get serious about what the revenue source would be to pay for it, and I think they'll have to because. The media is asking them that question. Drew over in the House is asking that question. Seattle Times is asking the question. A lot of people are asking, how are you going to pay for what you want to spend? So,
now, Tim, let me ask you this. When the governor put forth his proposed budget, did it have funding sources in it? And does the House Democrats, would they just take some of those proposals, or we really just don't know?
Well, they could take some of his proposals. So he had proposed a carbon tax.
Oh, yeah.
And that's going nowhere. He also proposed a big jump in the business and occupation tax. That's going to hurt business and hurt, people that have salons, for example. You go down through the list, all the different businesses it will hit. And I think he had a capital gains tax as well, which really is an income tax. So both the governor and the House are talking about taxing people's income for their proposals. And right now we have billions of dollars more this year than we had last biennium. And when we get to the next revenue forecast, of course our last one was up, I think, $247 million. Mm-hmm. The next revenue forecast will probably be up even more based on the extremely productive and wonderful economy that the Puget Sound has. King County, the real estate excise tax that they're collecting just on sales of businesses and houses in King County is unprecedented. So let's live within our means and use what revenue we have and put education first as a top priority. That's what everybody says, and I think we can get this done in 105 days.
Oh, that sure would be something. Is there anything that you are looking specifically? One of the things that I was talking with Wendy Smith from the Port of Shelton and Sue Patterson, one of the commissioners yesterday, was the fact that there may or may not be funding for the CURB grants in there. Where are you at on that? Right.
And I've served on the CURB board, the Community Economic Revitalization Board, for years when I was in the House. And I think we'll have money there. And it's a revolving fund. There is money in it already, so those loans are being repaid and new loans are going out. But I'd like to see the amount of money increased as well in that.
It really has been a real help to companies here in Mason County.
Yeah. Well, they have. And back through the years, the interchange at Wallace Nealon Boulevard was built partially with CURB financing.
Oh, okay.
Back when I was with the Economic Development Council. Yeah. One thing that has come out here in the Senate, and I'll give you just a little inside information, was my proposals for the capital budget. And the two big things that have been funded are $1.5 million for the Basin 3 sewer project for Shelton.
Okay.
And that eventually, I think, could lower that $1.5 million could actually lower the costs of sewers and water in Shelton. We'll see. And the other is $3 million from a new fund we've created called the Affordable Housing Innovation Grant. And this $3 million would go to building tiny homes for veterans in Shelton.
Wow.
So it would be a demonstration project. I talked to the Speaker Chop this morning about it. He's really excited about that being in the capital budget for the Senate. So I'm feeling good about its chances of surviving the House and the final budget that'll come out. So
that would be something. That tiny house trend it can be very helpful.
Yeah.
It seems like.
And we partner with the Quixote Village, which is here in Tumwater.
Yeah.
And it's just a wonderful facility, and so they're very excited to be able to do that, and also perhaps build one of these in Ording at the Veterans Home. And I think Speaker Chop wants to do a couple in Seattle as well. So it's we're off and running on a demonstration project, which will get a tremendous amount of attention from all over the country.
Oh yeah, that'll be huge. That would be a big deal for sure.
Yep. So we're hopeful we can hang on to that and see $3 million in Shelton, and that'll build homes in Shelton.
Yeah,
it really will.
What do you think about the efforts here locally to get the Y? That's been a long time, and I know you've been working on and off the scenes with this in different aspects. It looks like they're getting kind of close to coming up with some stuff.
Yeah, and I'm really excited about it. It's been talked about and worked on for many years. I think Shelton is ready for it. It's a community that desperately needs that kind of a facility, especially an aquatics facility. The fact that we passed the Shelton school bond, I think, gives people real confidence and enthusiasm for a project this large. But it would be, I think, used by the community to a tremendous extent.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a good thing if it comes to fruition, and hopefully it does. State Senator Tim Sheldon, anything else coming up? You're going to be out meeting, shaking hands or anything anytime soon?
Well, I didn't make the town hall. I had to preside at the Senate. We were working late into the night. I'm going to also preside over the Senate today and tomorrow. The governor's out of town, I believe. So it's always fun to do that because you get a totally different perspective. Of course, you still get to vote on the rostrum, but unlike the lieutenant governor. But you get a different perspective when you listen to the debate and try to manage the floor. So I'm glad I was able to do it the other night, but unfortunately I missed the town hall. But I think it went very well.
Yeah, I heard it. Heard it was well attended, to be sure.
Good.
State Senator Tim Sheldon, always nice talking with you.
Thanks for putting me on.
And have a great day. Have a good weekend.
Enjoy the sun. See ya.
I will.